shot some groups with the 6.5 Creedmoor onto some paper, but I brought my 224 Valkyrie out here with me. So I've got my full-size IPSC as well as my 14-inch steel target. I just painted basically a water line on here. It's because I figure I'm going to be doing some wind holds. The wind's going anywhere from like 3 to 12 miles an hour out here today, which would be a great test for the Valkyrie since it's supposed to deflect wind better than any other 22 caliber, right? 90 grain Sierra Match Kings, ballistic coefficient of like 0.563, somewhere in there. They're coming out around 2,800 feet a second out of my 22-inch bolt action AR-15 upper. We'll show that to you in a second, but here's the targets, nice and fresh. We'll come back in a minute and see if we have any impacts. Why don't we cruise out to distance and then we'll see how she shoots. Well, alright guys, here we are out in the field. Unfortunately, I got like 8-mile-an-hour winds going on right now. I've got my 223 upper on. This has got a 24-inch barrel, 1 to 8 twist, shooting 75 grain bullets. I don't have a ballistics chart for the range that I'm at, so we're at 150 yards. Let's go ahead and dial. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. We're at 1,020 yards. So I want to compare the drop from my long barrel AR-15 shooting a 75 grain to the 224 Valkyrie. So I've dialed up 35 minutes as a start, and we'll kind of go from there. I know that on my old 18-inch barrel, it took a lot of minutes to get there. So we're starting off at 35. Let's take a couple rounds down range and see where that puts us. Okay, I just took 2 shots. I dialed up to 35, took 1 shot, and I saw it land about 10 minutes right, probably because of the wind. So then I dialed left 8, just because that zeroed out my turret, and then took another shot and I landed 2 minutes below the plate. So let's kick on the cameras and then we're going to see if I can get around on target. This is my 3rd round I'm firing. 223, dialed 37 up and 8 left. So the wind's definitely pushing this 220 or the 223 around. Let's change over to the 224 Valkyrie and see how it compares. 37 MOA up with the Hornady 75 going 28-30 feet a second. Put me right on target. It's just a battle with the wind at that point. Okay, I've just dialed 27 minutes. That's what my chart called for these 90 grain Sierra Match Kings. They're coming out just over 2,800 feet a second, like 2810, something like that. 27 minutes is what I used to dial with my 243 for 1,000 yards. That was shooting a 95 grain Sierra Match King, and that was going about 3,000 feet a second. So this bullet has more ballistic coefficient from a 22 caliber bullet, and we're gonna go for 1,000 yards. And it's basically the same drop and all that. Despite the fact this thing starts off 200 feet a second slower, it's getting to the 1,000 yards with the same amount of drop as that 243. Or so my chart says. Let's find out. 27 minutes is really close to what my 6.5 Creedmoor runs, depending if I'm shooting 147 ELDs or 140s. So let's get out there and see what this thing will do. So I've got my Vortex Viper PST set to 12 power. The scope on top of my AR-15 upper is an SWFA SS, and that's a fixed 12 power. So same magnification level, not a real distinct advantage in either scope. Let's try it out. I think we had a 1st round impact. 1,020 yards. Man, I really hope that was an impact. That or it hit just low. This Witt machine muzzle rise eliminator brake on here is pretty brutal. I'm actually laying under my truck. That's why this is all washed out, because shade. It's nice in the desert when it's 80 degrees and there's no other source of shade around. So I'm actually laying like under my tailgate. Hell yeah. Let's send another one. I'm hoping that was a 1st shot impact. Here we go. Okay, that one hit low, so let's bring it up a half minute. minutes wind. The wind picked up and it landed another 4 off, so we're up to like 8 MOA right. Okay, so that hit 5 MOA. I held 4 and it hit on 5 and it was still low, so let's bring it up another 2 minutes. Minute and a half. Uinta Precision is the company who makes this upper. This is their UPR 15, so it's for the bolt action upper for the AR 15. They also make a UPR 10, which is a bolt action AR 10 upper, and I've got one in 6.5 Creedmoor. So if you're interested in these uppers, I've got a lot of videos out on them. Go to my profile, check out the Uinta Precision playlist. They're a local Utah company. They're all made in America parts. Their UPR 10s use Schillen barrels, and this one's got a match grade machine barrel, which is another Utah local company. It's really awesome. These guys make great stuff. Be sure to check them out. Oh, so close, just right. Hit. Absolutely. So if you guys are curious what a 224 Valkyrie recoil feels like, I've got a really efficient muzzle brake on it, and it's strange because this one's a bolt action. It doesn't have the chug like the AR-15. They don't recoil at all. Like, it's super fun to shoot. It's less felt recoil than my 223 does at the moment. Legitimately, the 90 grain bullet going 2,800 feet a second feels less than my 75s going 2,800 feet a second. Super fun cartridge. Like, I could lay behind this rifle all day long and I'm just chipping away at 1,000. Like, what a really fun cartridge this is. Yeah, it's the new cool to have cartridge, but you know what? It makes good sense. High ballistic coefficients bullets going at a pretty good rate. Like, the data is almost spot on with 6.5 Creedmoor. It's going the same speed and it's got really similar ballistic coefficients to the 140-ish grains, maybe the 130s. But it just makes good sense. There's nothing to not like about this. So here we go. Let's see if we can get another hit. Okay, I'm fairly sure that was a hit. It looked like it hit low, but it's always hard to tell this far away if it's just the dust kicking up in the bottom. But I think I heard that impact come through my headphones. Hit left 1 minute again. Let's go take a look at our targets. In my first video with the ammunition accuracy testing and the velocities, I said I thought that this thing was a shooter. 1,000 yards. Look at that group right there. Wow. 3 shots. We've also got an impact on the left side of the black line, the right side of the black line, and then just above it over there. The wind was definitely picking up and dropping off. But man, look at that 3-shot group. That's like a 2-inch 3-shot group at 1,020 yards. That's ridiculous. So yeah, 224 Valkyrie definitely works. This UPR 15 is freaking awesome. There's no recoil with it. It's super fun to shoot and it works awesome. It's very precise. The scope helped me get on target super easy. The data that I made worked. Man, what a good day. So why don't we back up even farther and let's see what this 1,300 yards claim is all about. Alright guys, we're at 1,300 yards, but it's really windy outside, so just a note, this audio might be properly terrible, and I apologize for that, but you know what, it also proves that it's really windy out here. So we're definitely looking at 10 plus miles an hour winds. I looked at the weather forecast today. I know at some point in the day they forecasted it getting up to 17 miles an hour. So what a great time to try 1,300 yards with a brand new cartridge. Why not? So we'll give it a try. I put a fresh coat of paint on all my targets, then we'll cruise back up and see what they do. 1,300 yards, full-size IPSC. From my firing position. Okay, I dialed my scope. It maxed out at 35 minutes up because I have 0 MOA built into the scope. So the chart is calling for 43 MOA, 43 and a half or something like that. So I'm gonna hold 8 MOA in the reticle. Luckily I've got a big, I've got the EBR2C reticle in here, so it's a Christmas tree. And I've got 8 with a bunch of wind marks across from there. So we'll start out from there, see where that puts us. I suspect that we'll have to come up another 2 minutes or so, and then we'll see where that puts us. So let's give it a try, see how it goes. We're at 1,316 yards. For the first time with the 224 Valkyrie. This is right where it's supposed to cross into transonic, so I wouldn't suspect having any issues right at 1,300. I think it should still print just fine. So I've got about 8 to 12 mile an hour winds coming from behind me. The thing is, my target's on a hill, so as the wind hits that hill, it's going to push the bullet up. So maybe that should help take off maybe a half minute or so. We'll find out when we shoot. So it landed 4 MOA low and probably 4 to the right. Okay, that was still right. Like 6 right. It does have a little bit of flight time. I'm able to take the shot and get back on target and watch the bullet show up. Oh, right between the two. Okay, now it's hitting low. You know what it was? The wind died down. I lost my wind left to right, but I also lost that updraft like I was mentioning, and now my bullets are hitting low again. So now I'm going to drop this to a 14 MOA in the reticle, plus the 35 I've dialed. See if that gets us on target. Okay, that was really close. It's hard to tell where exactly it hit. I believe that was an impact. We will find out when we go back. No call. Let's call that a hit. Call that a hit. Legitimately, I'm not just saying that. I saw dust all around the bottom. I think it hit there. Hit. Well, alright guys, I'm at a 224 Valkyrie right now. I'm going to get into reloading soon because I don't want to keep paying $25 for the match ammo. Because I can shoot more if I reload my own. Well, 1,300 yards would be kind of boring without any type of comparison. So I got my 6.5 Creedmoor out. I've got some 147 ELDs. These are going a little bit slow. They're going just under 2,700 feet a second. But yeah, why don't we try this out? I just dialed up to 41.5 MOA up. Let's throw some in and see how she goes. I've only got 6 shots. We better get on target in the first couple shots. 5 right. close. Oh, so close. Like 4 inches off the right edge. Ah, same exact spot. So unfortunately with my last 6 shots of Creedmoor, couldn't get it done. That's too bad. But vertically, 42.5 MOA. Probably needed to go 42. 42 would have put me on. Maybe next time with the Creedmoor. Let's cruise back to the targets. We'll take a look. We'll take a final look at them, see how they did. Then it's time to head home. Still windy down here where my target is, but I found this little casing in the dirt. Those are always cool to find. I'll keep this one as my first 1,300 yard trip with a 224 Valkyrie. So if we look at my IPSC, I've got an impact here on the right shoulder, one right in the neck, and then if we look a little bit further down, gimbal, there we go. I've got one just like in the low abdomen area, and another one right center. So I got 4 hits on target. And what did we decide we shot again? 20 or 15 rounds, something like that. The winds were super crazy today, so it was hard to say like this is the absolute accuracy of this rifle, but it got it done. It was predictable enough to where I could walk it onto the target. Basically, it was just the wind picking up and dropping off. And like I say, the wind was blowing up this hill, so as the air rushes up, it would push up on the bullet, and then when it would stop, my bullet would start hitting the low again. So really tricky. You got to basically come out here, and that's the only way you can learn how to shoot in the wind is to go shoot in the wind. Admittedly, I'm not the greatest at it, but you know what? We got some hits on my IPSC target. First trip with the rifle. I'm really happy with it. It shot awesome. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys got the information you're looking for. If there's any other questions you might have, drop a question in the comments below. So thanks for stopping by. We'll catch you guys in the next video.